Israel has reportedly approved reconstruction work in parts of southern Gaza despite earlier conditions linked to Hamas disarmament. The reported reconstruction plans appear to differ from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's earlier demand that Hamas disarm before rebuilding Gaza. Netanyahu's earlier position required Hamas to be disarmed before major reconstruction could begin in Gaza. The latest reported move contrasts with Netanyahu's January statement on reconstruction and Hamas's military capabilities. Israel has reportedly begun housing-related work in eastern Rafah as reconstruction efforts expand in areas under its control. Around 100 trucks reportedly enter Gaza daily for various purposes, amid scrutiny over the movement of materials and reconstruction efforts. Israel has quietly approved reconstruction work in parts of southern Gaza currently under Israeli control. The reported projects focus on infrastructure and temporary housing. According to Army Radio, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Israel Katz approved the work. The decision was reportedly made without a public announcement. Netanyahu and Katz reportedly approved the project around 2 weeks before the reports emerged. The decision was not publicly disclosed at the time. The reported approval comes despite Netanyahu previously insisting that Hamas must disarm before Gaza could be rebuilt. The latest move appears to modify that earlier position. The reconstruction is taking place in eastern Rafah, an area currently controlled by the Israel Defense Forces. The project is located near the Israeli military's area of control. The work is being carried out near the Yellow Line, which marks the ceasefire line with Hamas. The area remains subject to Israeli military control. The reported project includes infrastructure intended to support new residential housing. The work is focused on establishing temporary accommodation in the area. Netanyahu's office said the project aims to provide temporary housing in an area without Hamas rule. The government said the housing is intended for Gazans. Netanyahu's office said the work began months ago as part of an Emirati-backed temporary housing project. The latest approval reportedly formalized or expanded the reconstruction effort. Israel said the area was cleared of militant infrastructure and tunnels before reconstruction began. Israeli authorities said the clearance was completed before construction work started. Israel's Prime Minister's office said Gazans would not be involved in electricity, water, or sewage infrastructure work. The restrictions apply to key infrastructure linked to the project. Those infrastructure works will instead be carried out under Israeli military supervision. The military will oversee the installation and construction process. The reported development appears to differ from Netanyahu's earlier public position on rebuilding Gaza. His previous statements linked reconstruction to the disarmament of Hamas. In January, Netanyahu said Gaza could not be rebuilt before Hamas was first demilitarized. The latest reconstruction approval comes despite that earlier condition. Netanyahu says the IDF will not withdraw from Gaza until Hamas is completely disarmed, locking Israeli troops into their current lines until the strip is fully demilitarized. On August 4th, he confirmed Israel has rejected Trump's latest Gaza plan, insisting it is not our draft and that no withdrawal will occur before Hamas surrenders its weapons. Trump's disarmament deal for Hamas and other factions, launched with fanfare last week, now hangs in doubt as Israel refuses to trade troop pullback for promises on paper. While Netanyahu stayed publicly silent, Israeli airstrikes in Gaza stepped up over the weekend, signaling military business as usual rather than a pivot toward Trump's roadmap.
I stand firmly by our security interests. We are not withdrawing from our current lines until Hamas is completely disarmed. Second, we are instructing IDF soldiers to do whatever is necessary to protect themselves, protect our territory, protect our citizens. Third, President Trump thinks, his team thinks that they can bring Hamas to disarm and demilitarize Gaza. We are examining this. They sent us a draft. We did not agree. This is not our draft. We sent our comments. By the way, we sent our comments before we received a media campaign on the matter. This is our position. We stand firmly by our interests. I think both wisely and firmly.
Israel is accused of carrying out a large-scale rubble clearing operation across Gaza, raising new questions about what may be disappearing from the war-torn enclave. The Euromed Human Rights Monitor has accused Israel of concealing evidence of alleged war crimes through a massive and systematic rubble removal operation. The rights group estimates that at least 10 million tons of rubble have already been removed from Gaza during the ongoing military campaign. The report claims rubble has been cleared from nearly two-thirds of the areas of Gaza that are currently under Israeli military control. Euromed claimed it tracked nearly 100 trucks leaving Gaza every single day, allegedly carrying away large quantities of rubble. The report alleged that the trucks were transporting Gaza's rubble to undisclosed locations inside Israel as well as the occupied West Bank. Around 400 pieces of heavy machinery are reportedly being used to demolish buildings and rapidly clear debris across multiple areas of Gaza. Euromed said the Israeli operation does not appear to be part of any humanitarian rescue, recovery, or post-war reconstruction effort. The rights group's report alleges there is no official record documenting what material has been removed, where it was taken, or how it was handled. The rights group warned the operation could remove, destroy, or alter crucial evidence before forensic experts able to conduct proper investigations. The report said investigators have reportedly not been allowed to inspect, examine, or fully document many of the sites affected by the conflict. The report further claimed that rubble is being crushed before forensic specialists can recover human remains or collect other potential evidence. The report claimed the continuing operation could irreversibly damage or destroy evidence that may be relevant to future ICC war crimes investigations. These claims come after the ICC issued arrest warrants for Benjamin Netanyahu and Yoav Gallant over alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity. The UN, the World Bank, and the European Union estimate that more than 68 million tons of rubble still remain scattered across Gaza. International assessments also estimate that more than 80% of Gaza's buildings and structures have been damaged or completely destroyed during the war. Meanwhile, Israel has not accepted the allegations that it is intentionally destroying or removing evidence, according to the report. The claims come as New York City's mayor said the ICC's arrest warrant against Benjamin Netanyahu must be taken seriously. Zoran Mamdani said on July 20th that the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant against Benjamin Netanyahu must be taken seriously. The New York City mayor said he would follow all applicable laws if Netanyahu visits the United Nations in New York. His remarks immediately fueled questions over whether the Israeli Prime Minister could face legal action while in the city. Donald Trump quickly rejected that possibility, declaring Netanyahu would not be arrested anywhere in the United States. Trump also dismissed the International Criminal Court as a, quote, kangaroo court, unquote, and rejected its jurisdiction over both Israel and the United States. Donald Trump said, and I quote, Benjamin Netanyahu will not be arrested, in any way, shape, or form, while in the United States of America. He is fighting against the Islamic Republic of Iran, which recently killed 52,000 innocent protesters, and has spent the last 47 years killing American soldiers, and others. The only ones that should be arrested are the people that led Iran into this unprecedented spiral of death and destruction, something that should have been dealt with years ago, by previous presidents. Unquote. Israel's Prime Minister's office has also denounced the ICC warrant, calling it illegitimate and politically motivated. The dispute comes as Netanyahu is expected to attend the United Nations General Assembly in September. The controversy has now triggered a fresh political clash between the Trump administration and New York City's leadership. Mamdani argues that an international arrest warrant cannot simply be ignored once it has been issued.
What occurred outside of 26 Federal Plaza this morning was deeply disturbing. I'm relieved that no one was seriously injured and that a suspect is in custody. My team is in touch with our NYPD and we will be supporting the federal investigation. Our administration will continue to ensure that every New Yorker is safe in their city and that we hold anyone accountable who threatens them. So I want to first clear up a few things. Our administration did not reach out to the Prime Minister of Iran. Our administration received a request from the Iranian consulate, and as soon as I heard of that, I made it clear that we are not meeting and we will not meet with the Israeli consulate here in New York City. And when it comes to Benjamin Netanyahu, we're speaking about someone who's the subject of an International Criminal Court arrest warrant. And he's the subject of this arrest warrant for alleged crimes against humanity, for war crimes, and he's the architect of the genocide against Palestinians in Gaza as Israel's prime minister. These are not facts of my personal assessment, they are facts of public record. And I believe that when someone is charged with an International Criminal Court warrant, it's something that should be taken seriously, whether it's Benjamin Netanyahu or it's Vladimir Putin or whomever else. What I've also made clear is that my administration will follow all applicable local laws. That is our commitment. That is something that we will follow through on when it comes to an adherence to local law. And that's all I have to add on that.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.